How you doing, AIWF, TAPW fans? I'd like to bring you to another edition of Shooting Straight with the Bug. I don't know what's going on. I had all the lights on, and just right before I got ready to record, the other lights went out, and the only one left on is the center light. It's kind of creepy, actually. It's kind of spooky. Especially because it was warm outside and I get in the building, it's chilly in here. I had to put on my hoodie before I could even do this video. Well, I'd like to bring you to another edition of Shooting Straight with the Bob. This past Saturday, March the 5th, we started off the night. I got to have an interview, an exclusive interview, because you know I'm Mr. Exclusive when it comes to these interviews. Had an interview with the champion, Corey Prince. Now, last week, or the week before, it was determined that Corey Prince would have an open challenge this past Saturday, March the 5th, for his TAPW Southern Heavyweight Championship. I get him in the ring. I asked him point blank. I was like, who do you think is going to accept the challenge? As he started to speak, guess whose music hits? Former Tennessee All-Pro Southern Heavyweight Champion, the man who claims to be champion at the time, Gregory McDaniel. And he comes out screaming, "I'm the champ." And he said he's accepting the challenge. Then the next thing I know, the music for Axis of Arrogance hits, and I'm like, well, Gregory's already out here. Why is his music hitting? Why is his other music hitting twice? And classic Kevin James Weatherby comes out. He comes out, he says, well, I never lost the #1 contenders match. It was a double count out. To which Brent Powers comes out and says, well, he didn't lose either due to it being a double count out. Now, all four of these guys are arguing in the ring to determine who's going to be the one to accept the challenge. Well, I'm standing there, and one of the referees comes out. He says they just got a call in the back from the general manager that it would be a fatal four-way match, one pinfall to a finish. Whoever gets the pin walks out Tennessee All-Pro Southern Heavyweight Champion. So it was going to be winner take all in the main event. Still chilly in here. Speaking of creepy, the first match was a ladies match. Tragedy Ann. I don't know where they found her. She said that she comes from under your bed. But Tragedy Ann took on Asia Super Pereira, a wrestling superhero. And Asia picks up the victory in this one. Our second match of the evening pitted one half of the Anarchy Kids, Cal Redmond, against Roxo. And Roxo picked up a win in this match. Now the next match, one half of Perfection Unlimited, handsome Ron Davis takes on the big man from Murfreesboro, Carnage. Now, it took some underhanded dealings, but handsome Ron Davis was able to pick up the victory in this one. The next match was a tag team match pitting the Monsters of Mayhem, former NWA Southern Heavyweight, or NWA Southern Tag Team Champions, against the ICBB, the Inner City Boys on the Block, Tom North and Drake Cassidy. Now, there was some confusion going on. Hammerjack gets dumped to the outside. Referee goes out to try to check on him because he looked like he might have been injured. And Tom North gives Monster a low blow. Drake Cassidy super kicks him in the face. Tom North rolls him up. Referee comes in, 1, 2, 3, and the ICBB pick up a victory over the Monsters of Mayhem. And the crowd was shocked. I mean, coming into this match, we thought the Monsters were going to be the one picking up the victory, but ICBB surprised us. Next match, Super Destroyer takes on Tyler Bivens. Now, Super Destroyer is a big man. He pretty much dominated most of the match, but Tyler Bivens gave a good effort right there at the end. He hit a famouser from the second rope, knocked out the big man for the 1, 2, 3. Now the next match was a Tennessee All-Pro Tag Team Championship match. In one corner, the Tag Team Champions, PGA, Kilauea, and David Edwards III, taking on the Real Freaks, Robert Z. Real and Draven Lee. Now, there was a bit of confusion. Draven Lee goes for a splash on Kilauea in the corner, and Kilauea pulls the referee right in front of him, and they squish the referee. Referee's down. Action back and forth. Next thing you know, the Real Freaks get the pin. Another referee slides in, counts the 1, 2, 3, and I announce the new Tennessee All-Pro Southern Tag Team Champions, the Real Freaks. Now, after this and celebration, the referee starts to wake up, and he comes over, he takes the titles away. He pulls me over to the side of the ring. He said, due to a disqualification, the winners and still champions, PGA. Now, it was a controversial victory. PGA was able to retain their tag titles. Now, that's going to be set up something for this coming Saturday. We'll get to that here in a minute. This brings us to the main event of the evening, the fatal four-way match for the Tennessee All-Pro Southern Heavyweight Championship. Gregory McDaniel, Classic Kevin James Weatherby, Brent Powers, and the champion, Corey Prince. Now, these guys, they battled. I swear, had to battle for over 30 minutes. And then, next thing I know, Gregory's got Brent rolled up in a pin. Corey's got Kevin James Weatherby in a pin. And the referee looks at both of them, doesn't know what to do. He counts them both. 1, 2, 3. Result of the match, we now have 2 Southern Heavyweight Champions. Now, I don't know how this is going to play out. I don't know, because the general manager hasn't got back to me with a ruling yet. I'm not really sure. My hands are cold. Now, after this, Gregory lost it. It ended up in a huge brawl where everybody in the locker room came out. I mean, they pulled them apart. They were fighting to get back to each other. Gregory dives off the ring apron, takes out a whole pack of guys. Everything's going crazy. And then their music hits. The Monsters of Mayhem. Now, the idea had been brought up that there would be a fans bring the weapons match. And then Gregory and Kevin didn't want to agree to it. They didn't want to agree to a fans bring the weapons match, and they wanted to face somebody else. Then the Monsters threw out the challenge that they wanted to face Axis of Arrogance. Well, Gregory and Kevin changed their tune. They're like, we changed our mind. We want the fans bring the weapons match. But they forgot to say against who. Now, before they could say who they wanted their opponents to be, Hammerjack and Tim Jernigan said, we accept. So this coming Saturday, March the 12th, our main event of the evening, a tag team fans bring the weapons match. In one corner, you got the former NWA Southern Tag Team Champions, the Monsters of Mayhem, Hammerjack and Tim Jernigan. In the other corner, you got now one half of the TAPW Southern Heavyweight Champion, Gregory McDaniel, and his tag team partner, Classic Kevin James Weatherby, the Axis of Arrogance. So it's going to be AOA against MOM this coming Saturday. Also, one half of ICBB, Drake Cassidy, is going to be taking on returning LT Falk. We're going to have the other half of the Southern Heavyweight Champions. I mean, it just feels weird to say, folks. I'm not sure how this is going to go. I'm just saying. The other champion, Corey Prince, is taking on another member of the AOA, PS 911. Now, I don't know how this is going to play out, but the Real Freaks, this past Saturday, I got an interview with PGA. The Real Freaks intervened. they threw out a challenge. Challenge was accepted. It's going to be singles matches. Now, the Real Freaks have to win their singles matches to get a shot at the Tag Team Championship. But in one match, it's going to be David Edwards III taking on Robert Z. Real. In the other match, it's going to be Draven Lee taking on Kilauea. Now, if Draven Lee and Robert Z. Real can pick up the singles victories, then, folks, they'll earn another shot at the Tag Team Championship. Also appearing this Saturday, we're going to have Super Destroyer. We're going to have Tyler Bivens, Cal Redmond, Little Mexico, and many others. We're going to have all the stars of Tennessee All-Pro Wrestling. Maybe we should kick on the heat in this building. I mean, the heat is on, but it's freezing in here. But like I always say, it's at 5542 Manchester Highway right here in the Victory Center. It's $6 to get in. Bring your kids, bring your wife, bring your husband, bring the neighbors. I mean, bring anybody you can to get into this building to see this main event. The tag team fans bring the weapons match. Bring all the creative weapons you can. Last time somebody brought a tire, they brought a boogie board, they brought a VCR, they brought a selfie stick. Think you can be more creative? Let's see. We'll see this Saturday. Like I always say, 5542 Manchester Highway right here in the Victory Center. It's Tennessee All-Pro Wrestling. Be there.